where the void, when the box is not there, has always a meaning. And so we've been working into some prototypes, and we've been working on different colors inside, like in giving other experimenting the different, value of those. Then another subject we've been studying is the little table, the soban, that is always present in the traditional furniture in Korea. And so we work on two levels on this soban. So one level was to make a little bit more dynamic the shelf, dynamic in form, and dynamic sometimes in a little element that were going up to hold your books. And also we work on the finishes. So as you can see on the right hand side, there are different experimentation of color and the meaning. The finishing of one furniture, as you well know, I'm sure, is not just a question of color. It's just not the question of effect, but it means what you touch, how it impacts with light. So if it's something gold as the central image, has a meaning. It's blue plain line, like blue lacquering down there, has a completely different relation with light. So you perceive the top of the table so much than when it is in gold. So the gold makes the table as a all shining element. The other one makes two levels. So there are many interesting, consideration you can make about color. So at the end here we are inside the DDP Museum, where now you have opened a new store that we have to come to see. Likely we can just see with the pictures. Anyway, there are on display these different soban elements that could be connected as you like. So you can, let's say, take 2, 3, 4 of them and connect in your place as you like, just as you like. Then another furniture element that we've been thinking about is the drawer cases. So the drawer case, which is something present in the tradition of Korean, then has the opportunity to take some connection also with the idea of this library that was really impressed us, the connection of singular elements. So even in this drawer case, you can see different elements, and you can see the value that we gave to the singular surfaces. I mean the outside surface that envelop everything, the singular surface, which is gold now in this render, and the front door, which is different. Then these drawings you can open from where the girl is now, but also if you are on the other side, you can open the drawer on the other one. So are communicating drawings into the different area of the room. So we've been working about furniture, but at the end, for the first prototype, let's consider that those furniture you can see now on the on the DDP Museum are the first results, but this project has a lot of potential to be developed in other version. So we concentrate on the wood. So we decide to work on the wood and to work on the perception of this high quality of wood, and so that we define those like boxes with different deepness inside, and also the closing of the box was not just a surface close, but was something deeper inside. So we made this 3D connection with the object. We emphasize the 3D connection. So, as said, this project is not already closed. I mean, has a lot of potential to be developed and open a way of connection with the tradition of Korean handmade. I really said to Professor Cho, is not because she's here, it's not because she invited me to this communication, but I really have to say that this project is really visionary from the point of view of her direction, because usually the idea of reusing something historical is to redesign in terms of like taking the style. But since their approach, since the kicking off meeting inside the Furniture Museum, starting to really understand why people was living like that, why they were using those objects. So I think this is a very meaningful vision. It's very close to our vision. We were really glad to be involved in the project because we believe in this approach. We believe that it's not using another culture with other designer just because their sign is important. This is very wrong. This is something which this is more deeper. This is like to try to give a person that has different eyes because it's from another culture to pick up the value from that culture and to show them. So this is very important. I don't know if Mrs. Cho, Professor Cho, would you like to say something?
I also respect the way you find the legacy of culture and then the understanding of culture. So maybe we do have more things to extend our, sharing of experience through our collaboration to education and more,
Yes.
tangible idea toward the world. Yes.
Yes, we have.
It was really joyful and exciting to cooperate with you, by the way. And
Yeah, for us as well.
from the beginning to the end. And it
Yes. Even
very,
it was difficult with the COVID. You remember?
yes, yes. But we keep
Closing.
yeah. So
Not easy.
we were a very great team, including the Korean craftsmanship together.
Yes,
So,
that's for sure. Okay, so how can we preserve legacy? How can we preserve legacy? We have shown one way. Now we show you the Adi Design Museum. We won the competition in 2014. Then there was from the Ministry of Culture of Italy. It was a very long process, and then then there was the COVID, and we just opened just last May. And how can we preserve legacy? Also by means of narration. So we design a new open narrative museum to communicate design. So the Adi Design Museum is a museum which presents the permanent collection of the Adi Association. The Adi Association is the one made by Gio Ponti in the 50s, and the Premio Compasso d'Oro is one of the most important award in worldwide, and was born in Italy. And it's so interesting because each year of the award, which is not every year, is every second or every third year, it gives through the prizes a vision of the culture, production, level of design, materials of that period. So if you go along this exhibition, you can see the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, all the different evolution, the metamorphosis we were talking before, the design grown up from one to the other one. So I really hope if you would ever have chance to come to Milano in the future, maybe with Professor Cho at the university, to go together to visit this place.
Yeah, I try to visit there. We try to visit there. So.
Yes, 2,500 elements. So let's say, items on display, because the prices are 3,050 from the, there are just 3,050 prices from the 1950 to today. But here, around each prize, the curator have found many elements of description of the subject. So, like, this is a very famous lamp of Achille Castiglioni. Let's say you can see this lamp there. And around there is the drawing, maybe the material, some photos, some prototype. So it's a very huge, interesting travel through design and to the history of the industry of production, the society, you know, very interesting. We designed the exhibition and also the logo and the identity. We did this project with Italo Lupi, very amazing, as you can see. You know, it was very interesting. Also, the reuse of this building, which was an industrial building before.